The first alien visitors arrived on Earth with the confidence of conquerors. Their flagship descended through the clouds above the Pacific Ocean, a gleaming structure nearly 20 kilometers long. Its polished silver hull reflected sunlight across the sea like a second moon. Every news channel on Earth carried the event live. The aliens called themselves the Talari Dominion. According to their transmission, they had crossed hundreds of light years to establish diplomatic relations with humanity. At least, that was what they claimed. The truth became clear the moment their leader stepped onto the landing platform. High Commander Veyron was tall, armored in black metal, and surrounded by dozens of guards carrying energy weapons. He looked around at the assembled human delegation and smiled. Not the smile of a friend, the smile of someone examining a future possession. "People of Earth," he announced, his voice amplified across the planet. "Congratulations. You have been noticed by the Dominion." The statement was followed by cheers from his officers. The humans exchanged uneasy glances. Veyron continued, "Our civilization controls 73 star systems. We possess technology beyond your imagination. We have ended wars, conquered worlds, and mastered the stars." Behind him, holograms displayed fleets of alien warships, massive battle cruisers, planetary siege vessels, weapons capable of reducing cities to ash. The display was clearly designed to impress or intimidate. "We offer protection," Veyron declared, "in exchange for loyalty." The meaning was obvious. Submit. Earth's representatives remain polite. President Elena Ramirez simply nodded. "Thank you for sharing your achievements." Veyron seemed disappointed. He had expected fear. Instead, the humans appeared strangely calm. Over the following week, the Talari delegation toured Earth. Everywhere they went, they boasted about their military strength. They showcased advanced plasma cannons, demonstrated shield technology, displayed footage of famous victories across the galaxy. Human officials listened carefully, asked questions, took notes. Never once did they appear impressed. The aliens found this baffling. One evening, during a formal reception in Geneva, Veyron finally voiced his frustration. "You humans are unusual." "How so?" President Ramirez asked. "Most civilizations react with or when they learn of our power." "And what reaction were you expecting from us?" "A reasonable amount of admiration." The president smiled. "Perhaps we simply have different perspectives." Veyron leaned forward. "Then allow me to see your fleet." The room fell silent. That request had been anticipated from the beginning. "Very well," Ramirez said. "Tomorrow." The next day, the alien delegation boarded a human transport vessel. Veyron expected disappointment. After all, Earth had only reached interplanetary capability a few decades earlier. Compared to the Dominion, humanity should have been primitive. The transport entered a jump gate hidden beyond Neptune. Moments later, the stars vanished. When they reappeared, the aliens found themselves staring into darkness. At first, Veyron saw nothing. Then lights began appearing. 1, 10, hundreds, thousands. His eyes widened. The darkness wasn't empty. It was filled with ships, human ships. An entire fleet stretched across space in every direction. Gigantic vessels orbited a colossal artificial structure larger than many moons. Shipyards glowed with construction activity. Carrier groups maneuvered in perfect formation. Battle stations surrounded the region like an iron wall. The Talari officers stared in disbelief. "How many vessels are those?" one whispered. The human guide checked the display. "In this sector, approximately 18,000. The alien commander nearly dropped his tablet. "This sector?" The guide nodded. "It's one of our smaller defensive shipyards." Silence filled the bridge. Veyron stepped closer to the viewing window. Now he noticed details. The human warships were enormous. Many dwarfed Dominion cruisers. Some carried weapon systems unlike anything he had ever encountered. Others appeared designed specifically for prolonged deep space warfare. "What are those?" he asked, pointing towards several black vessels. "Strategic deterrence platforms." "What do they do?" The guide hesitated. "You probably don't want a technical explanation." The aliens suddenly weren't sure they did. As the tour continued, their confidence evaporated. Humanity possessed colonies across dozens of hidden systems, automated factories capable of producing warships at astonishing speeds, defense networks covering vast regions of space. Most shocking of all, these capabilities had been developed in secret. For generations, human leaders had intentionally concealed their military infrastructure from potential threats. Back on Earth, Veyron requested a private meeting with President Ramirez. The once arrogant commander seemed considerably more respectful. "There is something I do not understand," he admitted. "What is that?" Ramirez asked. "If your fleet is so powerful, why hide it?" The president looked out the window toward the night sky. "Because history taught us something important." "And what is that?" "The strongest people rarely need to announce how strong they are." Veyron considered those words. They explained everything. The Dominion had spent centuries displaying its power. Humanity had spent the same centuries quietly building it. The difference was profound. A week later, the Talari fleet departed Earth. Their official report described humanity as a valued strategic partner. Privately, the recommendation was much simpler. Do not provoke them. Years afterward, young Talari cadets would study the encounter in military academies. The lesson became famous throughout the Dominion. Never judge a civilization by how loudly it boasts, because the species that talks the most about its warships may not be the one you should fear. The species that keeps them hidden usually is.